Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Today I'm going to be planting up a rose. I ordered this rose from Heirloom Roses, which is my favorite place to order roses from. They ship plants, roses, that grow on their own roots. So a lot of the roses that you find from other places, even your local nurseries, are grafted onto hardier roots, and then you get the fancy rose that grows up above. Well, the problem with that can be if you have a really harsh winter and it kills it back down to the root level, it could come back as whatever that root was originally before the fancy rose that you wanted was grafted in it. I have seen this happen many times where all of a sudden you have a white tea rose and the next year it blooms sort of your regular small reddish rose. That's because the white part got killed off and it sprouted again from the roots, came back as sort of this, everyday rose. Now, the reason we're ordering these fancy roses is that they stay nice and fancy in our garden. So I ordered one, and Heirloom Roses guarantees that they come on their own roots. And this is Rasperry Cupcake. Now, I know you're going, oh, that does not look really good. Well, the truth is, Heirloom Roses purposely defoliates their roses before they ship them to you. So when you get a rose from them, yep, this is how it is going to look. And that is okay. You are going to take it out. And this one took a little extra longer to get shipped to me, so it's kind of dry, but we're going to resuscitate it quickly. Let's see here. Ooh, I have a zip tie. I might need to get something to cut that. Be right back. Okay, it comes with a zip tie around here. I'm going to just clip that off. And now they are saving the environment by not putting this in a pot for us. Here's the roots. It also has this little bamboo stick here. You can take that out right away, use it for some other place in your garden that is going to need some staking, and I'm going to be planting this in a bag. Now, this particular rose is hardy down to zone 6. I will then take this bag into my shed in the winter. You can leave your roses out in planters if they're hardy 2 zones below where you are, but I'm like a zone 6B, 7A, so I would not trust this particular rose out without some winter protection over the cold weather. I'm adding a little soil here. Now with roses, you want to actually bury them a little deep. Plant them, not bury them. Plant them a little deep. So you can see where the junction of this rose is here. You can go right up to that spot, and that is absolutely fine. Okay. You want to water your roses about 1 inch or 2 every week. When you get a new rose like this, don't give it any granular fertilizer. You want to use a liquid fertilizer on it for the first year at least, just because that's a little harsh on their roots and you could possibly burn your rose. But roses are heavy feeders, so if you want a good show of blossoms, you do want to give them some liquid plant food, liquid flower food that first season. And then I like to use the rose tone on them, and I just sprinkle that on for the older roses. And if you have any additional leaves that are, ouch, this one has thorns. If it has additional leaves here, you can sort of pluck those off, and you will be surprised. When I've done this before, the rose puts out new growth really quickly. So here we have Rasperry Cupcake, and I saw this one on a YouTube short, and they said, yes, it really smells like raspberries. And that was the reason I was like, well, I have to have the rose that smells like raspberries. And of course, it is that beautiful pink color that I love. But I think this is going to be a great addition to a sunny spot. I might even be keeping it right here in the sun on the deck. Thanks so much for joining me, and thank you Heirloom Roses for sending Rasperry Cupcake. It looks, well, I can't say it looks fabulous at this moment, but it is going to look fabulous, and it looks like it should at this moment. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.